A lot of you want abs. A lot of you want to get healthier, fitter, stronger. Hey man, it's going to take you doing some shit you don't want to fucking do. Meal prepping. I don't want to meal prep. It fucking blows. It sucks. Pain in the goddamn ass. But hey, I also like being jacked. I like having abs. I like being able to pick up the world and put it back down again. You know what that means? I got to fuel the engine the right way. I can't go down the road and buy fucking McDonald's and think that I'm going to perform like an Adonis in the gym. Doesn't work that way. Yo, what's happening, gents? Welcome back to the Battle Ready Show. I'm your host. My name is Byron Ovenstone. Thank you for joining me today. So last week, I kind of touched on the whole fractured my back. If you didn't watch that episode, watch it. It was money. But fractured my back, found myself up shit streets. Terrible with money, so I had no money and basically no way of making more money because I got paid to play sport and now sport was no longer a thing. So panic sets in, right? You're like, damn, dude, what am I going to do about this? Because man's got to eat, got to find somewhere to live. How do we go about it? So a friend of mine, his dad owned a farm and the farm killed turkeys, geese, and chickens. He's like, we're hiring and we pay £2. I was in the UK, so £2 worked out at the time about $3.50. It's like, we pay £2 to kill birds. I'm like, okay, I don't really want to kill birds, but okay. And I'm like, how long does this job last for? He's like, well, just December. It's just a Christmas period. And then from there, it's a wrap. Like, I'm thinking, okay. So in my head, I'm very much an if this, then that type of individual. So if I'm going to do this, then what is the outcome? It's been what made me very successful in financial consulting, which came later down the line. But I'm fucked, right? No money, no form of money. And I'm like, okay, we got to do this. But if this, then that. So Google, I need a career change. I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I want to make a lot of money. Google. Hey, Google, what's the highest paying job in London? Google pops up, financial consulting. Oh, shit. Okay, I could do that. I can count. Let's run the play. Long story short, turns out you need multiple degrees. More degrees than the goddamn thermometer to be a financial consultant. MBA, da-da-da-da-da-da. Cool, okay. I can do that, but I got no money. Step one, make money. Okay. Killing animals seems to be the quickest form of money that I can make. And if I'm very good at it, there is no cap on my income. Because at the same time, like cricket, I don't like being capped and like, oh, this is as good as it gets for you. I want a exponential result off the back of it. So if I'm good at it, I get paid more. Versus like a salary, you're capped. Doesn't matter if you good, bad, ugly, you just make your 10 grand a month or whatever. That to me isn't worth it. I really want to be able to extend out beyond that. So paid on performance. That's why I took a lower base pay for cricket, but then got paid on results because I knew I could perform and get good results. That way I could basically write my own checks as well. That's why I now do sales because it works out that way too. But anyway, I digress. Circling back. So I'm like, okay, cool. I need to make a bunch of money and get a degree. I can't study in South Africa because South Africa sucks balls. And even if I got a degree from South Africa, it doesn't mean shit anywhere else on earth. Like I literally have to go back and rewrite all my fucking exams because South Africa has a 33% pass rate. The rest of the world knows South Africa sucks. So anyone that has a degree from South Africa is not recognized anywhere else on earth. So you have to come here and write your degrees all over again. So what's the fucking point? So now I'm not only tapped in terms of I got to lay out literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, but over and above that, I got to pay for visas, flights, and everything else. So now we're looking at like, man's going to make a good chunk of change, and he currently has $0 fucking dollars. So financial consulting, reverse engineer this process. Magic. I'm going to kill a bunch of birds, and then that's going to buy me a ticket to the US because a friend of mine found out that you can go to the US and drive trucks and farming equipment and pay good money and have no outlays. So me and him are talking, and I'm like, dude, I got to make a shit ton of money because I'm going to be a financial consultant and blah, blah, blah. He's like, dude, you can go to America and drive trucks. I said, I can drive. I'm a pretty good driver. I haven't crashed a car yet, so I'm in a pretty good pace, right? Well, go to the US and drive trucks. Cool, I get to go to the US, drive trucks, see the country and get paid, and then get a financial degree and then become a financial consultant. Sign me up. So I need to get to America. okay, this is where the plan comes in. I'm going to kill a fuck ton of birds. That's going to get me to have a ticket, to pay for a visa, to get to the US. I'm going to drive a bunch of trucks. I'm going to make a ton of money. I'm going to become a financial consultant. So story here is that you got to do some shit you don't want to do to get the end result, right? I didn't want to massacre a fucking farm full of chickens, geese, and turkeys. If no one watching this has ever killed an animal, like, it's not fun. But you get to a point as well where you're, as a man, you're able to turn off your emotions. And the first one sucks and you're like, I don't really want to do it. Second one, still not really excited by this. By 10 fucking neck slashes later, you don't give a fuck. At that point, I just turned off the head and I'm like, bro, I just see dollar signs or pound signs. And I got so efficient at just massacring these bitches that the farmer actually told me to stop killing because they couldn't keep up with it. Like, I was just like whoosh, 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 and fucking moving them down the line. And he's like, bro, you killed 400 birds in a goddamn day. We can't process that many on the back end. So he had to slow me down. And I'm not saying this to be because I'm like an arsehole, but it's I just had an outcome and a desired result that I was chasing. So I didn't really give a shit about the here and the now. Like, I will pay off that karmic debt at some point, and I've accrued enough of it. Fuck me, I've accrued enough of that, especially in my consulting days. But I will pay it off in the back end. But in that moment, it's like, this has to be done to get me here. And then I have to do this to get me there. Then I do this to get me there, and ultimately get that result at the end of the line. Why is this important? Why am I telling you this story? A lot of you want abs. A lot of you want to get healthier, fitter, stronger. Hey man, it's going to take you doing some shit you don't want to fucking do. Meal prepping. I don't want to meal prep. It fucking blows. It sucks. Pain in the goddamn ass. But hey, I also like being jacked. I like having abs. I like being able to pick up the world and put it back down again. You know what that means? I got to fuel the engine the right way. I can't go down the road and buy fucking McDonald's and think that I'm going to perform like an Adonis in the gym. Doesn't work that way. So I got to do shit I don't want to do. Do I want to lift weights every single morning at 3:30 in the morning? Fuck no. But at the same time, I want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to be a better father, better husband, better businessman, and all of that shit. And when I don't work out, I'm an arsehole. Even when I do work out, half the time I'm a fucking arsehole, let's be honest. I tell people what they don't want to hear all the goddamn time. So imagine when I don't work out, how much more angry, more of an arsehole I am. I'm still surprised I'm married to this day, because if I don't work out, I am a dick. I got too much energy, too much fucking negativity, and everything else in between. So I go to the gym before the rest of my house is awake so that I can silence those demons. I can get rid of a lot of that shit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to the gym at that time of the morning. I would much rather just roll over, cuddle my wife, and go back to sleep. But what happens then? There's a fucking snowball effect that goes on from that point forward. I snuggle my wife, but now when we both get up, I'm still the angry, bitter, fucking pissed off human being that I am, who's an arsehole and just wants to burn the world to its core. And now she takes the brunt of it. And then next minute we're fighting, arguing, and it's this whole shit show. Why? Because I couldn't be fucked to get up and do the gym? Not worth it. So the point is this: you guys are looking at wanting to be healthier, fitter, stronger, make more money. Whatever the case might be, it's going to take you doing some stuff you don't want to do. I didn't want to massacre an entire farm full of fucking animals. But if I didn't do that, how in the fuck was I going to afford a ticket and a visa? I don't know how many of you are from third world countries over here, but hey man, visas are fucking expensive. The last one cost me $22,000. Not only the visa, but the immigration lawyer fees, etc., etc. It's not Mickey Mouse shit. Like, you want to go to another country, you have to make fuck you money to do so. So everyone that's like beating the, oh fuck the foreigner drum, bro, we pay our way. Some people don't, but most of us do. It's not easy getting overseas and doing it the right way. Sure, I could jump a border. I'm not that guy. But like, Coming to the US the first time cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. I also wanted to have a good Christmas. I also wanted to be able to like buy my parents and my sister Christmas presents. I had no fucking money. So again, I had numbers in my head. I'm like, okay, cool. It's going to cost me a couple $1,000s to get the flight. It's going to be a few $1,000s for the visa, blah, blah, blah. I'm also going to need a few weeks of spending money while I'm in the US before they start paying me. So I ran the math and I ran the numbers. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I have to make X number of dollars for just the US trip. I want to give my parents Christmas presents. I want to give my sister Christmas presents. I want to have a good Christmas. I want to be able to eat a nice food and dinner, etc. I tallied it up. And then I just knew how many birds I had to kill to make that a reality. So if it was $10,000 that I wanted to make, I had to kill 5,000 birds. And then it becomes a math equation. And you just fucking go at your job. And you just get through that motion. The same thing applies with your macros, with your workouts, with making more money, etc. It doesn't matter if you want to do it or not. You want the outcome. The outcome has to be worth the initial sacrifice. If it's not, you're inevitably never going to get it. So don't go out there going, oh, I want to drive a Lamborghini, but then have a minimum wage work ethic. Never happening. Doesn't work out, which is why you don't drive a fucking Lamborghini. If you want that Lamborghini, you got to elevate your skill set, you got to elevate your work ethic, and you're going to have to eat a couple shit sandwiches today to get where you want to go. It happens across fitness, nutrition, mindset, business, relationships, everything in between. Is it sunshine and rainbows being married every single day? Fuck no. Sometimes you want to kill your wife. Sometimes they want to kill you. Hey man, I wanted to kick my son down the stairs like 10 fucking times. He set my goddamn sofa on fire one day. Like, that's not normal shit. That's fucking stupid ass shit I have to deal with. Setting a fucking sofa on fire while his sister's on the sofa next to him? Like, that's some dumb ass shit. Who fucking deals with that? I don't want to deal with that. It's fucking dumb. But hey, it's the real world. You have to handle that in order to have a son, have a family, etc. So when it circles back to your fitness, nutrition, and your mindset, quit the excuses. Oh, Byron, I can't work out because I don't want to gym. I don't have the time to gym. I don't have the fucking time to gym, bitch. I'm literally up at 3:30 in the morning working out so that by 6 a.m. I can be home, hang out with my family for an hour before I then go about my normal day-to-day life. And then by 6 p.m. I shut it down so that I get an hour to 2 hours with my kids and my wife again before I go to bed and replay this whole thing all out. Whole thing all out all over again, right? So it's not about whether you want to do it or not. Do you want the outcome or not? If you want that outcome, do the fucking work. Stop making bullshit excuses about how it's hard for you and it's easier for someone else. We all have our own path of hard. We all have our own struggles. You just have to find a way to overcome your struggle and get the result that you want to get. If you don't want to overcome your struggle, be happy with the result that you have right now. Be happy being a fat fuck sitting on your sofa eating Cheetos or fucking Doritos. Doritos are my favorite. I love Doritos and donuts. I choose not to eat those every day because I don't want to be a fat fuck anymore. I was when I was a financial consultant because I neglected my health. I thought money was the be all and the end all. So I sacrificed my health, my happiness, and everything in between to ultimately just make more money. And then I realized, hey man, you can drive an Audi R8 and still be fucking miserable and want to kill yourself. So maybe money's not the be all and end all. Get healthy, get fit, get strong, do some of the shit you don't want to do. And I promise you at the end of it, you'll be happier that you did. You'll be a more rounded, better person as a result as well. And ultimately, you'll live a happier life where people can actually look at you and you can look at yourself and have some goddamn respect. But sitting on the sofa, eating donuts, telling everyone how you were an awesome person back in college and now you're a piece of shit, doesn't make you look good. It makes you look like the dick that you are. Get out of your own way. Your story and your history doesn't matter. What are you doing today? Yesterday is fucking gone. Who are you today? How do you show up today? Do some hard shit. Show up better than you did yesterday. And then 10 years from today, you'll look back and you'll go, oh yeah, I remember Byron 1.0 who fucking slept in a car when he did finally get enough money to go to the UK, but miscalculated how much money it cost to live in the fucking London, in the UK, London specifically, and all of a sudden blew through all his money in no time, had no money, and now was sleeping in a fucking car while trying to study, while trying to work, while trying to make ends meet, sacrificing fucking 3 days a week of not eating and only eating one meal a day those other days. Like, I can remember those times, and now that makes me appreciate having a roof over my head a little more. having food on the table a little bit more. But I had to go through the shit of doing stuff I didn't want to do so that I can live now in a stupidly overpriced fucking house, drive a nice car, have a wife, have 2 kids, and be happier. It takes eating a couple shit sandwiches and doing a bunch of shit you don't want to do. So cut the crap. It's about time you got beyond who you were, your old story. What you do today matters, and who you become as a result matters. If you were the college star, no one gives a fuck anymore. Boring. That was you, who you were. Who are you today? How do you show up today? Do some shit so that tomorrow you're actually someone worth talking to and someone worth being around. I hope you guys found today's lesson valuable. We'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, share. Cheers for now.